Okay, we're going to start off by priming our eyes and using a white highlight base out of the Rusty Kat Von D palette. Using the MAC brush to lighten the color and prime it and set it with this shadow. Next, I'm going to get my E27, and then I'm going to use the orangey shade in the Rusty palette to warm up the crease, because we're going to deal with a lot of blues today. And then I get the brown one to darken up the crease as well, because the orange is to warm it up and the brown is to define the crease. I switch out brushes here in a minute to really define it. Or maybe I don't. Next, I get the NYX Coffee Bean Black Jumbo Pencil to use as a base for the cobalt blue that I'm going to use. And then I get my E32 from the Elite Morphe line, and I blend out the base. And the color, we're going to use all our Kat Von D on the eyes, except for this next product. And remember, when you start off doing shadows with a dark base, it's gonna be messy. So it's okay if it doesn't look right at first. So I get Kat Von D's Paranoid, and I use my E17 brush to pat on the base. And I do it patting motions because since they're very pigmented, there could be a lot of fallout. So I use a patting kind of stroking motion to avoid excessive fallout. I still get some fallout, so you'll see how I take care of it, because I usually do my eyes when I know there's a lot of fallout on the shadows. So I just keep doing it until I get the smokiness I like, and then I'll clean later and then do my base. Then I get my trusty MAC 242, and then I get the color in Static Age in Kat Von D's Metallic Crush Shadows to do a halo effect by using silver in the middle. And excuse my dancing, I was jamming to people in the background. And I'm sorry, my phone keeps going off. Oh my god. Then I get Natasha Denona's Black is Black matte eyeshadow to smoke out the blue. In my original picture that I used, that I put on Instagram, that was highly requested for me to do this tutorial, the shadows were all Natasha Denona, but I didn't like the blue it came out on my picture. I wanted it more bright blue, so I forgot that I had Paranoid from Kat Von D, and that's why I did this in the Kat Von D shades instead of Natasha Denona, because I haven't been giving these guys love as I should. So then I get the Rusty palette and I mix the brown and the orange to keep up warming and darkening the crease with my E27 brush. Don't mind my goofiness with this video. And the reason why I'm doing a voiceover, I was going to do a voiceover just for the tutorial, but unfortunately the voice got really messed up as well, so I had to redo everything. So now I'm getting Bioderma makeup remover and a tissue to really clean out all the fallout that was underneath my eyes. And then of course, you notice if you do too much, you can go back and add and then clean up. It's better to use a cotton swab than a tissue paper, but that's all I had at the moment. So I use what you got, right? Next, I get my Tarte eyeliner, and that's a double-ended eyeliner, not the the slim pen, but it's just as good. And I do my wing liner. And I promise I will have a wing liner tutorial up shortly. This reminds me of the Kat Von D Trooper eyeliner. I still love my Kat Von D. It is the blackest black, but I ran out, so I have to go to Sephora and get a backup. And a backup of a backup. I don't have any more Trooper right now. Then I get my Becca Luminous Backlight filter and use that as a primer because I want it to be dewy. Because I was dewy in the Instagram picture. And this is the same foundation I used in that picture. Is the MAC Master Match Cushion Foundation. And I use my Black Beauty Pro Foundation blender to place this on my face. I consider this medium coverage, but it's very buildable. So as you can see, I went back in and added more layers because I want this to be a full coverage, but with the sheer finish, I guess. Like a luminous finish. So this does definitely, any of the cushion foundations give you that luminous look, I think. That's my personal opinion. Then I get the Rainforest of the Sea concealer in Tarte for medium light. I did put a lot of concealer on that eye, so you're gonna see me kind of rub. Don't ever rub anything off your face because it will damage your skin. But I just need to take off some of the concealer because it was too much. I couldn't even buff it off the beauty blender. It was too much on the beauty blender. Okay, right here, I'm gonna rub it off. And that's not what you should do. What I should have done is just not put more concealer on the sides and just use that foundation concealer and put it somewhere else. See, I had to take it off because it was too much. And then look, I go back into the beauty blender and there's so much product on there that I can put back. Then I get my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Yes, I was acting silly. I was listening to the radio. Alright, and then I get my white beauty blender to put on my powders. I don't know why I do this. Everybody asks me what's the difference between the black and the white and the nude and the pink. It really isn't a difference, I think. Now, they're saying that the white one is supposed to be for skincare. The black one is for professionals. The pink one is for daily use. The nude one is so it doesn't look dirty. Listen, people, it does the same thing. I can use the same beauty blender for everything I just did, but I'm just a color coordinated person. So I think white powder, use the white one. Foundation, I don't like my beauty blender to look too dirty, so I use the black one. The pink one is just as good. The new one is just as good. There's now a beauty blusher that you're supposed to put your blush on. So my next video, also not soon, but later on, because I'm still trying to wait for some things to come in the mail, is I'm gonna do a full-on cushion tutorial, meaning like foundation, bronzer, blush, contour, highlight. They all come in a cushion form. So just waiting for some products to come in and I'll be doing that tutorial. The whole thing in a cushion. Alright, so I did my contour, I blended it out with the Black Beauty Blender, and now I'm gonna set my whole entire foundation, face, and contour, set all the cream products. I'm using MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in dark, and then I get my E48 to buff out my bakage. And I didn't go in with any extra product to put color on, I just wiped off the bakage. Then I get my M527 brush and Bobbi Brown's Deep Bronzer. I like this bronzer. I'm one of those people that loves a very warm bronzer, orangey looking. Because when I tan, I look orange. I don't look just darker. When I bronze, I have a redness glow to myself. So when I bronze, I want to look like I was in the sun. Not because it doesn't look natural, because for me it is natural. For some people, you guys might not like warm, so you go with a cooler shade. So it just depends on everybody's preference. Now this was from renewing my VIB Rouge, so that was my little present. It was Goulou Nars blush, and that's the blush I used in the Instagram peak. So I go back in with that Tarte liner, but the other side is a pencil. So I go in and place this on my waterline, as well as tight line the outer corner as much as the inner corner, but I did more tight line on the outer corner instead of the rest of the eye. I tight like the whole thing, but just giving you more information because sometimes people can't see that on the videos. But this is a nice black eyeliner. It doesn't stay on very long, just FYI. I think the best one to stay on all night, if you're gonna go out all night with this type of look, is definitely like the Marc Jacobs or the Colourpop. So next I'm gonna go back in with my Natasha Denona backliner, and I go in with my Elite flat definer brush and pack in that shadow so the eyeliner can stay longer. I always say anything that's cream, set it with powder, including eyeshadows and everything like that, because cream tends to move. So if you set it with the powder, it will stay in place. So next I get my E36 brush and I go back in with the Paranoid eyeshadow to smoke out my under eye. But I switched out the brush because the E36, I didn't want it to be too precise. So I got my E17 brush and smoked out my waterline. And then I go in my E36 and I use the static gauge to precisely place the inner corner highlight as well as the middle like pop of silver, so it matches the top lid. And then what I keep doing is I just keep building it up to intensify it. Then I go in with the same E36 brush and in the rusty pan go in with that orange color as well as that brown color to really smoke out that under eye, to make it look very bronzy, warming type of look. Okay, and then I go in with my all-nighter Urban Decay setting spray. The reason why I cover my eyes is because the eyeliner tends to run with all setting sprays on my skin, and then I set my face first and then put my highlight, because that was a trick I saw Nikki Tutorials do, and I saw that her highlight blinged a lot, and you're supposed to put it on before the setting spray dries completely, so that way as it's trying to dry it melts in the highlight. Don't forget the Cupid's bow. Then next I go in with Rimmels Cocoa Bean liner. I was thinking of just doing one of the metallic Milani liquid lipsticks when I did the liner, but then I decided to do a double metallic ombre look. So this step is really not necessary, the lip liner. So I get in the Milani liquid lipsticks. That's the bronzy color. I'll link all the names down below if I forgot them or forgot to say them on the video. And I did the lining with the really bronzy looking one, and then I get the metallic one, which I think this is Chromatic, to ombre the look, and it came out just exactly how I pictured it in my head. Very lined up, bronzy and metallic-y. So here is the final look. I hope you enjoyed the recreation of this. I was going nuts with the radio. I apologize again, but it was a fun day for me because it was my birthday. I hope you guys enjoy, and please like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.